Hey everybody, it is April 21st and it is time for my sketchbook review. And it's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, April 21st, and time for my sketchbook review. This week it's a little bit light. I'm learning a new job. I'm overwhelmed. I'm scared and I kind of want to go running and screaming because of the way the people have been acting, but at the same time I'm like, I know if I just stick it out, it will get better. And I need to stick it out at least until I find something else, if I find something else. So for now, I'm just going to stick it out and just try to be happy. I could be happy pretty much anywhere, and I think that the biggest problem is there's just not enough things for people to do, and that's why they're being all catty. But it's also healthcare, and unfortunately, it's very catty in healthcare. Like it or not, everybody thinks that they're better than everybody else, and it's stupid because we're all taking care of the same people. But people want to be like that, people want to be like that. I can't argue with them, and I'm not going to bother. It's not worth my time. I'll just write in my journal about how angry I get. Anyway, but I thought I was going to have a haul to show you guys, but I don't because the flooding in Texas has delayed my order. But I did find these online finally. They were on Amazon. They were a lot more expensive than I thought they were going to be. So I think it came out to like $12 for two, and then there was shipping on top of that. But it's the twin pack. So I bought two twin packs, which means I get 4 of these with the 120 sheets. And it's from Pro Art, so it's the exact same product. And part of me is like, you know what? It's more money, but it is exactly what I want. It's what I've been looking for, so I'm happy. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And I'll just keep my eye out for whatever else. But this is what I wanted. These last me a long time. Yes, these last me a long time, so I'm happy with them. It's my favorite sketch paper. And I was thinking about getting a binder or something, and then like one of those mechanical binder thingamabobbers, and then I can make my own little travel sketchbooks, but I'm not going to get that fancy. But yeah, so my week so far has been nothing but stress. I'm actually recording early because Aaron has to go in for surgery tomorrow morning, and he's freaking out about it. So I know that he's going to need me tonight, and I know that he's going to not feel very good tomorrow afternoon once he gets back, so he's going to need me then. Unfortunately, I have to miss the surgery because I have to work, and I can't get out of it. I asked, they're like, no, I'm sorry. I mean, it sucks. Yeah, it was pre-planned on your part, but this is the only day you can get your training in, and you need your training before you can go on the floor and start shadowing, so you gotta be here, and there's no excuse. There's no way around it. And I was like, all right. And I mean, he understands and he doesn't blame me. And as much money and as many hours as I'm going to be getting from this job, you know, we have to work with each other on it. Unfortunately, I'm going to be working second shift, so it's like 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., which isn't a bad shift for me because that tends to be my most active shift. But the problem is he works first. So I'm never going to see him, except for at night when I come home, and in the very, very morning when he's getting ready to go to work, and that's if he wakes me up. And then on the weekends and the days I have off. I mean, I'm only working 5 days a week, but that's not including mandation, and mandation's going to hold me over potentially 16 hours a day. That's not including called in overtime. If I get mandated, I have to show up. You can only pass once, and then after that you go in for review, and they say that they tend to fire for it. So unfortunately, that's the name of the game when it comes to healthcare, though, is sometimes you get mandated. But it's looking like it's only 5 days a week, and it's every other weekend. So like, I have this weekend off, and then I have next weekend off, and I think I even have the following weekend off, and then after that is my first weekend. But we're gonna wait and see on that because they finally recognize that I'm not, all the girls I'm with right now, 10, 12, 20 years experience, and I have none. And I kept saying it and no one was listening, and finally the administrator came in to talk to us, and we introduced ourselves, and she wanted to know our experience. I was like, I don't have any. I'm fresh out of nursing school. I've never nursed before. I've never worked in healthcare before. And she looked at me, she looked at the orientator, and she's like, she's gonna need more time. You guys can't just throw her on the floor. And so we're gonna work something out. We're gonna go week to week to see how I'm feeling, but thank God they're not gonna throw me straight on the floor, because that was gonna be a disaster. And I guess that's what happened before. They threw a bunch of people who had no experience on the floor, and they all left. And I can't blame them. It's too much. it is too much, passing all those meds on people. And it is a long-term care facility. I did not want to work in a long-term care facility, but unfortunately, I mean, I didn't really have to do anything to get a job, and it pays really well for the area, and I'll learn, so I'm happy, and I may just come to enjoy it. I mean, I could be completely wrong on that, and I may just come to enjoy it just as much as anything else. So I try to at least give myself 6 months to do anything, and if I don't like it after 6 months, then okay, we gave it a go, we gave it a good amount of time, let's look for something else. But yeah, anyway, so let's get into this stuff, because this is the stuff you guys want. Oh, and you guys are going to notice below, I do have an Amazon link in there now. I didn't really want to put it in there, but I've had a couple people ask me for donations, like stuff that they could donate to me, and I'm like, why? You don't need to donate anything to me, I don't need anything. But they asked, and it's the only reason I'm putting it down in there. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it there, but it's just a little wish list of things like I would potentially be buying for myself, and probably will. So it's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this, but it's been mostly friends who've asked, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll put it down there, and it's there for you guys if you want it. But it's just like, whatever. I just threw it. I'm throwing it down there for them as a request, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't feel right about it at all. It kind of feels weird, but whatever. So anyways, so get into this. These are doodles from, not necessarily from roleplay, because obviously this didn't happen. This was potential. Adam and Virginia, who is Z's character over on Harp and Stars, one of her characters, one of the Harp and Star crew. There's a roleplay going on between Virginia and America, and oh, I think I talked about this last week actually. I had a little quick doodle, and I just kind of kept up with the roleplay, but it's kind of gone stale because I don't know what to do with it anymore. But we'll wait and see. Something might come at me. I just need a break, I think. At least from that. Well, I need a break altogether, I think. I'm just tired. I work so much. Anyway, so yeah. So these are just doodles from that. Not this one, though. This was actually, I think, going to be Adam and Piper, and then I changed my mind. This is some of my original stuff. Highly, and I'm going to just call myself out on it, highly influenced by North and South. Can't help it. I love the show. I love the concept, and I'm borrowing quite a few things from it. And it may change because I don't want to borrow too much, but at the same time, it's like I look at all the good stories out there right now. It's like everyone's borrowing from everyone, and it's basically just history. Basically just borrowing from history, so whatever. But we'll work on it as I go along. But I have Philip here, Philip Brambleberry. Got Piper. She's going to be in it. She's a mouse. He's a rat. Rats rule in this world because they're big. So the rats are in charge, I've decided. And then I just did a quick, because she's working in a mill of some kind. I haven't decided. I like the idea of cotton because I like the idea of the cotton floating down and looking like snow and things like that. I like that imagery that I've got in my head for it. Unfortunately, again, it's very close to North and South, and I don't want to tread too much on other properties, but it's not to say that North and South is the only people who could talk about people working in a mill, blah, 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 blah. So, I don't know. We'll wait and see. I still want it to be primarily a romance story, but it is what it is. I haven't really written anything for it, though, so maybe doing that would help. Anyway, back to the point. So I designed a quick uniform for the workers. The women always have to wear a headband to protect their hair. They have to wear a shawl to protect their clothing. They have to wear a long sleeve, long skirted dress. Of course, that's how they wore them back then. An apron. Piper wears her necklace. That's the only thing she kept from home. But yeah, this explains it all. And then I was trying to work on an evil, mean, baddie, bad character up there. A little bit more information on Philip Brambleberry and stuff like that. Another character I was making, someone to kind of help the women out. She's got a very sad backstory. I tormented the poor dear. But she's actually a very sweet, very nice character. I just need to develop her a little bit more. Miss Allison, she lost her fiance in a fire, and she lost part of her face in a fire as well. But she's actually a very sweet, very kind person, and she takes care of her girls, who would be like Piper, and honestly Cherry's going to be in it too, so it'd be like Piper and Cherry. They're basically probably the only two girls who live in the dorms that belong to the mill, because everyone else has family and those two don't. Just a quick little, ugh, it's still ugly. And then this would be Piper in her regular attire with the loose, long, oversized shirt and the long skirt. I really like this concept of Piper. This picture in particular, I kind of want to transfer over to some proper paper and marker, but we're trying to save markers, so no. Yeah. And then I was talking to Nemzit over there on Duckverse, and we were talking about some up-and-coming ideas that we had, and I was sort of going into how Piper is developed differently this time around, although I didn't get a chance to actually develop her because the people I was working with got sidetracked, got involved in other projects, got too busy. So it is what it is, but this time around, I want her a lot more hedonistic. I want her a lot more manipulative, but not in a cruel way, if that makes any sense. She's more out for herself and believes that, hey, you know, there's wealth out there. You have the skill to go get it, so just go take it. You get caught, you get caught. So that's kind of the direction I'm going with her this time, but we'll see. I have to, not too many people over there want to role play with me anymore, just a couple, and I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's okay, but it is what it is there too. But she's still sweet, so like, this is the manipulation I'm talking about. It's like she can switch it on and switch it off, or switch it on and switch it off, whichever, however you want to take it. But basically she's just turning into a cute little actress. She can sort of adjust her personality and adjust her behavior to get what she wants, and that's what it's all about in the end with her. That was my original idea with her when I started her in the Duckverse, was that she was supposed to do what she was going to do to get what she wanted, because she wanted it. And then I drew a picture of Scarlet. She's not as crazy as Scarlet, so let's all be grateful for that. And then Bunny Piper, oh my goodness, she's so cute. I needed a break from mice, I needed a break from ducks. So I turned, well, okay, here's how it went. I was talking with my friend Kay, and she asked me what to draw, and I told her to draw a bunny. I meant like a cute little bunny, like a real bunny. And so she made like this anthropomorphic bunny named Jean, who I thought was Jean because it's spelled Jean. And I'm like Jean-Luc Picard, and so of course I'm calling him Jean. And I clarified with her actually yesterday that it is in fact Jean, as in blue jeans. And she said I had to go make a rabbit version of Piper now to be his friend, and I was like, okay. So I made a little version of Rabbit Piper, and there's a few differences. She wears green, she doesn't wear any purple. Her nose is dark. It's a dark brown, like a very dark pink, and her ears are kind of like a lighter version of it. Her ears, whereas Mouse Piper, the back of her ears are the same color as her hair. Her ears are actually the same color as the rest of her fur, which would be like a creamy color. And then the tips are like this gradiated color of her hair. So like, yeah, she has little black, not black, but dark brown tips. And she has a cute little fluffy tail. Body-wise, I gave her a bit more of a chest because rabbits, I mean, they look thin, but where their muscle is distributed, it tends to be all in the legs, and they do have pretty strong chests, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So I made her chest a little bit bigger because they just tend to be muscular-er. And then she's got a nice big old booty and big old legs, because that's how she rolls. Yeah. And her favorite snack is honeysuckle, and I call it honeysuckle. That's what we call it in Michigan. I don't know what they call it other places, but it's basically a clover blossom, and you pull the little purple clover out, and then the bottom part is like, it's white, and if you put it in your mouth and suck on it, it tastes like honey. So that's why we call them honeysuckle, or at least that's why I do. I'm not the only one who calls them that, so don't think I'm weird. And then I drew a quick picture of Jean and Piper. Bunny Piper is a lot more playful. It's a different setting. It's a different character. Like it's the same idea for the character, but the different setting has changed her behavior. Just like Duck Piper isn't like Mouse Piper, and Mouse Piper isn't like Rabbit Piper. She's just different. She's got a whole different slew of concerns, whole different slew of people in her life, and she's actually part of a large bunny community. It's really cute, so I like it. We've role played it a little bit, just kind of explored it a bit. But her and Jean get along, but she's in the beginning very snooty with him, just because he's like very crass and not very shy about what he wants, and she finds that offensive. And then I drew a little profile of Bunny Piper. Bunny Piper! And I was just trying to get her body dynamics down. Unfortunately, she's got mouse proportions. If this was Mouse Piper, it'd look a lot better. But she's only about 3.5, maybe 4 heads tall, and I think she should be a little bit more, to be honest. I think if I just made her head a little bit smaller, it would work better. But, you know, I was just doodling and not really thinking about what I was doing. But what I really wanted to emphasize was the thin waist, thin and long waist, and then, like, nice, she's got very muscular legs, whereas Mouse Piper has very thin, kind of delicate-looking legs. And then I drew a picture of her putting her clothing on, or her apron on. Did I say that she was wearing green? Yeah, I need to get a color scheme for her. It's like she wears a nice, soft, light green top and a very dark green skirt. It goes so well with her coloration. But yeah, so she's putting on an apron here. And then this was a really cute picture I doodled really quick of her looking very surprised. And I'm not sure if she's carrying heather or wheat, but it doesn't really matter. She's carrying some sort of plant foliage, something, and she looks all embarrassed and surprised. And she's always, like, almost always blushing. She's cute. But, you know, Gene does that. He says inappropriate things and flusters the poor thing. And then this is my last page here of just basically me drawing figures for not further study, but future reference, just in case. Like, I've been getting blocked quite a bit because I think it's because I'm tired. And so what I'm starting to do is just kind of, I type in dynamic poses in Google, and I just start sketching quick poses of anything I find. And if one strikes me as particularly good, I probably will put it in a sketchbook and actually do a speed paint of it or something. I just am trying to keep my hand moving. And I mean, I know that this is very dull to some people. It's dull to me sometimes, but it's what I have to do sometimes to keep my brain on track with art. Like right now, my brain doesn't want to be on track with art. Right now, it wants to freak out about all the, all the like nursing stuff that I feel like I've forgotten. I haven't forgotten anything. It's just I have no experience to recall from. So, like, logically I understand that, but everyone's looking at me like, how do you not know how to do that? It's like, because I've never done it before. Haha. But no, there's been some nice people, so I shouldn't complain. Yeah, but that's it for this week. If you guys liked what you saw, feel free to like, subscribe, comment below, leave any comments. Did you guys enjoy Rabbit Piper? Because I kind of like Rabbit Piper. She might be making more of an appearance. I kind of want to do a separate story just for her because she's so cute. Look at that. How can you not love something that adorable? Look at her enjoying her honeysuckle. Oh. But yes. So that's it for this week. Like I said, Aaron's going in for surgery tomorrow. He's going to need me. I don't know how much he's going to need me over the weekend, but that's when I was planning on doing a bunch more drawing. I hate this ugly thing. I'm also looking at getting a professional planner because I need to get my crap together. And when I'm plannering, I tend to do a lot better. I'm slow at it at first, but then I get really, really fast at it. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I might actually get an Aaron Conway or Condley, whatever, one of those planners. I know that they're expensive, and I know people are like, why would you spend that kind of money on a planner? It's like, well, if it's pretty and it's nice, I'll keep it with me. If it's ugly and hideous, I will not keep it with me. Yeah. But anyway, so that's it for this week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in next week's sketchbook review.